Hey guys, so this is an important one. Somebody asked, what if I'm having to reset my router every single day just to get my Wi-Fi working again? First off, this is definitely not normal. If you're needing to restart your router or modem every single day just to stay connected, that's definitely a sign that something deeper is going on. It could be a few different things. I personally use Xfinity, so I'll dive into what I would do to troubleshoot and diagnose from that perspective, but these best practices can generally be applied to any sort of router or modem, so you can apply this to whatever router you have or modem, even if it's not Xfinity. So first and foremost, the router might be outdated or failing. If your equipment's more than 3 to 5 years old, it could be struggling to keep up, especially with multiple devices connected all the time. And from an Xfinity perspective, usually their newer X-Fi gateways are better optimized for smart homes and streaming heavy setups. 2, there may be a signal or connection issue from your provider. Loose coaxial cables or low signal strength from the wall or a problem outside your home could also be causing temporary drops that force the router to reboot. So you can always check for service interruptions using your mobile app or online account dashboard for your service provider. Another thing that could be happening is some sort of interference or overcrowding on your network. So if you have tons of devices connected, or if your router is sitting next to a device like a microwave, which is super random, I know, but something like a microwave, cordless phone, or in a dead zone of your house, it can cause instability that looks like your Wi-Fi keeps going out. And lastly, it could also be your settings. So sometimes custom DNS settings, port forwarding rules, or even firmware bugs can create issues that only get temporarily fixed by a reset. So if any of these things are happening in your home, there's a couple things you can do. You can check for firmware updates in your mobile app. You could also try moving your router to a more central open area, so off the floor and away from electronics. You could run a speed test and network diagnostic using the app of your service provider on your phone or on your dashboard. You can also call your service provider support and ask them to check your signal and router logs remotely. And you could also consider upgrading your equipment if it's more than a few years old. So at the end of the day, daily resets should not be your normal routine. And if they are, it's definitely worth digging into.